Okay, about the flood. Was the flood at the same time, was the Ice Age around the same time as the flood?
All right. All right. The flood was prior to the Ice Age. And we have evidence of the flood 18 feet below us. Here, 18 feet below us is a layer of sedimentary deposit. It began in technical literature as the Austin Chalk because it was very whitish. Adjacent to that, you have various others, but they're all a part of the Cretaceous layering of sedimentary rock. Sedimentary rock is formed when a mixture of mud with the right chemicals, right ingredients, mixture of mud is stirred up in water, much like happens on the way to your patio. They stir it up, of course, in the big cylinder from the concrete plant. Stirred up in water, and then the water is drained off. And even if the water is not drained off, if the mixture is correct, in a matter of hours, even underwater, it will form a sedimentary deposit. This sedimentary deposit, 18 feet below you, was first analyzed near the Austin in Texas, and it runs 1,600 miles to the eastern seaboard, picks up again at the White Cliffs of Dover, runs throughout Europe, throughout Scandinavia, throughout Russia. The same layer runs throughout Russia, runs throughout China, runs throughout Saudi Arabia, throughout Israel and the Middle East, runs throughout Africa, back to Texas. It runs north, all the way through most of Canada, runs south throughout South America, runs west, is broken up in the Rockies, runs to Los Angeles, California, picks up again in Australia. It is a worldwide sedimentary deposit of limestone. The only way to get that is to have a worldwide flood. So there was a worldwide flood. Dr. Larry Vardaman and others have run calculations to show that the temperature heating of the waters as the fountains of the great deep were ruptured during the flood, the first 150 days of the flood. It would have heated those waters to the point the exchange mechanism, the vapors, the clouds, the water vapor, the moisture, heated, extending up into the upper atmosphere, creates an ice age. Inevitably, the water was so warm, mandatorily, you run the calculations, you're going to have to precipitate long periods of ice. It was not three separate ice ages, but one basic ice age with perhaps three epochs in it. But after the flood, in fact, after the flood, the book of Job, if you read it closely, shows that they set a watch on the sea. The sea was roaring, and in his lifetime, Peleg lived. But it also describes the frost of the north. And the Ice Age did not affect Israel that much, but north of Israel it affected where you have Neanderthal, Cro-Magnon, Aurignacian people all living in caves, etc., even though they were very sophisticated. Yes, the flood happened first and then the Ice Age within 300 to 500 years afterward.